right, let's go.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Adriana Espinosa. I am the New York City Program Director at the New York League of Conservation Voters. Thank you for joining us today. Today marks the first day of a new school year with the same old dirty diesel buses. Pollution from diesel buses poses a threat to children's health. Due to their developing lungs, children are especially sensitive to the harmful particulate matter contained in diesel emissions. The exhaust is linked to respiratory diseases like asthma, cardiovascular illnesses, cancer, and higher mortality rates. Over 53,000 students in New York City suffer from asthma, and it is the leading cause of school absenteeism. Diesel pollution is also harmful to the environment. The exhaust contains toxic substances such as nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, and particulate matter that pollute our air and contribute to climate change. At the national level, school bus fleets emit 8.4 million metric tons of carbon pollution every year, despite only operating for a few hours a day and only 180 days out of the year. That's the equivalent to the combined annual emissions of 1.4 million passenger cars. Medium and heavy-duty vehicles such as school buses are responsible for nearly 1/4 of greenhouse gas emissions in the transportation sector nationwide. Unfortunately, this issue disproportionately impacts low-income communities, communities of color, and students with disabilities, which our partners will detail in a moment. For all of these reasons, New York League of Conservation Voters has been fighting for New York State to begin a transition away from dirty diesel school buses for the last 2 years. Transitioning to a zero-emission electric school bus fleet would improve air quality, protect our children's health, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. This is a proven, viable alternative. Electric school buses have been successfully tested in California, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Michigan again, and even closer to home in White Plains, New York. And we should have been testing them here in New York City right now. Last year, Councilmember Espinal spearheaded a pilot program to bring electric school buses to New York City for the start of the 2019 and 2020 school year. However, today is the first day of school, and not a single one of these buses are on the road. This delayed rollout is disappointing, and it does not bode well for the Department of Education's willingness to innovate how it handles student transportation in the age of climate change. We thank Councilmember Espinal for his leadership on this. We know that he's been working tirelessly with the DOE to make sure the program is successful, and the League will continue to do the same. All of us standing here today are committed to ensuring a successful pilot program, one that serves environmental justice communities, students with disabilities, one that uses the latest available all-electric school bus and EV charging technology, and one that tracks all the relevant metrics needed to understand how these buses operate on our roads and how they can improve our environment and public health. We urge DOE to begin this pilot as soon as possible, and the NYLCV is more than willing to work with them to get it done. We also recognize that this delay underscores the need for legislative action on this issue. Last year, Councilmember Danny Drum introduced Intro 455, which would require all school buses to be zero emissions by 2040. The bill has over 40 co-sponsors, including Councilmember Espinal. And since DOE is slow walking this fully funded pilot program, we need the council to pass Intro 455 in order to spark this transition. It's the first day of school, and DOE is already late to class. We need our clean school bus pilot now.
Yes.
And thank you. And now I want to bring up a really strong partner in this issue from the New York Lawyers for the Public Interest, Jenny Belows, the Environmental Justice Community Organizer.
Thank you, everyone. As Adriana said, my name is Jenny Belows, and I am the community organizer in our Environmental Justice Program at New York Lawyers for the Public Interest. Today we stand here disappointed that the DOE has failed in its promise to deliver accessible, clean buses to New York students through its promised pilot program. Students with disabilities, especially asthma and other respiratory conditions, will continue to breathe diesel fumes while riding these dirty school buses, adversely affecting their health, leading to absenteeism and sometimes hospital visits depending on the severity. Students with disabilities are disproportionately affected because more are likely to ride school buses and travel longer distances. Students' health should not be impacted by the DOE's failure to provide clean buses. Thank you.
And now I want to bring invite up our legislative champion on this issue, Councilmember Rafael Espinal.
Thank you so much. Before I begin, I just want to give a big thank you to the League of Conservation Voters, the Lawrence Public Interest. Thank you for being here. We Act, D75, Earth Justice, and Transportation Alternatives all being here in support of this fight. Thank you all. This is what we know. Climate change is real. We know that diesel-fueled buses potentially give asthma to our children. We know that diesel-fueled buses are potentially dangerous for the bus drivers. And we know diesel-fueled buses, especially the older models, are oftentimes located in communities of color, working-class communities. So when I made a commitment to deliver funding to the DOE, which by the way, they only asked enough funding for one bus, they have funding for 5 buses. Well, I made a commitment to my community and the city of New York that we're doing everything we can to fight climate change and provide healthy environments for our students and our children. It's time that we deliver on these environmental justice issues that are extremely important in our communities, and that's what we were trying to accomplish. It is unacceptable that today is the first day of school and we have not heard from the DOE on the status of these buses and when they will actually roll out into our streets. I was told that by this summer we'll be having a photo op with a beautiful electric bus. We have yet to have that photo op. What's more important to me is that what was told to me that these buses will be out on the first day of school hitting our roads, and that really is a problem. So I urge the DOE to come to the table. Let's have a real conversation. Where is our taxpayer dollars that were allocated for these buses, and when will they be in the streets to benefit those families and those students and those bus drivers who need them most? So I stand strong, I stand together with all these amazing groups, and let's make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Next I want to bring up Deputy Director for REACT for Environmental Justice, Cecil Corbin.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Adriana said, I am Cecil Corbin-Mark with REACT for Environmental Justice. It's been many years since REACT has been on the forefront of this particular fight. We worked with council members and with assembly members to receive some funding several years ago to launch what we call the Rosa Parks School Bus Program. And that particular program looked at putting monitors inside of the school bus to actually measure the level of diesel emissions. And what we found from that particular program is that the cabs of many of the school buses that are taking our children to school and that are the workplaces for those school bus drivers were exposing those inside the bus to extraordinarily high levels of diesel exhaust. Now, I don't know about you, I'm thankful that my child is long past the time when he's on a school bus, but I still care about these issues because they're about the future of our city. We should not be exposing our children to diesel exhaust inside of a bus when there are safer alternatives in terms of how to move our children around this city. We should not be putting bus drivers in their workspaces at risk for premature death when there are safer alternatives. We should most of all not be doing this when there's leadership on this issue to provide the funding for the buses, as was evidenced by the good work of Councilmember Espinal. This is ridiculous. On the very first day of school, what should we be giving the Department of Education? A full-on F. A full-on F. Because this is not a problem where there is money to find for a pilot program. This is not a problem where there aren't alternatives that are safe. This is not a problem where we aren't smart enough to make the change that's necessary to save our children's health from being on the road to asthma, from being on the road to chronic pulmonary obstructive disease. This is not a problem where the DOE doesn't have all the answers readily handed to it. They need to make something happen, get those electric school buses into this pilot program immediately, and get our children onto a safer future. When a parent puts a child on a bus, they should not have to worry about whether that bus is going to be the thing that triggers their child's asthma. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecil. I'm now going to bring up Amy Tsai, who is a council member for the DOE Citywide Council District 75. She is also the chair of the Committee on Busing and Safety
morning, everyone. Good morning. I would say thank you so much for having me here today. It's very important for my district, 75, as well my borough, to have a voice of everyone about how important people-friendly our buses need to be for everyone, not just the students, not the children, not just our community, but the entire New York City.
Right.
I represent today as for District 75. Our students have severe challenges from medical to cognitive behavioral issues that travel borough to borough within hours of the day. I'm a parent that has a child that's been on buses for the last 10 years, been traveling 4 hours, have been on a bus and off the bus, accumulating all these fumes that are running on a daily basis. And it's very, very upsetting to me to know that he's not just the only student. There are many students in my community, as well as my students in District 75, that are dealing with this many, many years, on top of a lot of other issues regarding busing. But we're not going to discuss that because that's just a long list of issues that are going on. Today is very unacceptable because from 5:30 this morning, many of the buses were late, and many of the students were actually waiting for these buses outside. And as they're waiting for outside, they're actually collecting all the fumes that are in the air. And the more that are accumulating these fumes, they are causing asthma issues that they have never had until now. Accumulating issues like cancer and chronic issues that affect them that already exist in their medical conditions. So we are here to support all the environment advocates here to say electric buses have to be in place. If other states like California and Massachusetts and New York State, as well as Virginia, which is passing 50 buses for the electric pilot program just 2 days ago, it is unacceptable that the DOE have broken their promise for this, because they have promised for a very, very long time for the students of disability to make sure that adequate busing is service to these students in order for them to go to school and have an academic performance well enough to be like any other kid. And so this really results to their performance in school, their capability on these buses, because these are unacceptable here. None of us would want to deal with it, especially having to deal with 4 hours on a bus. And for my son, who's done for 10 years, and to live in the Bronx, every second you see a bus going by, and it's just not fair to me. So I want to support my advocates here as well as for my community, and especially for the special needs community. So thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you, Amy. And now I'm going to bring up Jonathan Smith, staff attorney for Earth Justice.
Hi everyone, I'm Jonathan Smith with Earth Justice. So New York City is falling behind. School districts in California, in Colorado, in Massachusetts, in Michigan, in Minnesota, in New Jersey, in North Dakota, in Washington, Virginia, Vermont, they're all already using or have ordered electric school buses. And they're realizing the public health benefits and the financial savings from switching from dirty diesel to clean electric. Over 35 school districts in California are using EV school buses, including the Los Angeles School District, which has the second largest school bus fleet behind New York. And Virginia just committed to over 1,000 electric school buses over the next 5 years, and no more dirty diesel after 2030. So that's for a bus fleet that's almost twice the size of New York City's fleet. So the commitment Virginia made is the equivalent of New York City purchasing more than 500 electric school buses over the next 5 years. But instead, what New York City is saying is that they just have a few EV school buses for a pilot program to test the technology. But we don't even need a pilot program now. We know the technology already works across the country. And it's already saving money and it's already reducing emissions. School districts in California reported spending 75% less on fuel and 60% less on maintenance on electric school buses. And that's not even taking into account the savings that school districts and ratepayers can gain from using the bus batteries as a great resource. So what we need from New York City is a commitment for the cities to stop polluting school children by switching to electric school bus technology. We need the city to say no to more dirty diesel school buses.
Thanks, Jonathan. Now I'm going to bring up Tom DeVito, Director of Advocacy for Transportation Alternatives.
Adriana, thank you so much.
Director of Advocacy at Transportation Alternatives. In an era of climate change and astronomical inequality, we need to completely reimagine our transportation system here in New York City. From building more bus lanes and bus corridors, to fully connecting our protected bike lane network and expanding bike share, to reinvesting in and expanding our subway system, we have a massive amount of work to do. Part of this puzzle is bringing all of our vehicle fleets up to a standard that solves rather than exacerbate the signature problems of our era. Each day, New York's 2,500 schools bus 147,000 kids around New York City in over 10,000 buses. These buses travel collectively 1 million route miles every year. These are causes of emissions that contribute to climate change, and they fill our streets with carcinogenic and toxic pollution that disproportionately hurt the most vulnerable New Yorkers. Pedestrians and cyclists, and particularly those in lower income neighborhoods, bear the brunt of this exposure every day. For tens of thousands of us, this can lead to pulmonary problems and other illnesses that are entirely preventable. Electrifying our school bus fleet is an obvious step that the city needs to take as soon as possible. Because just as children have a right to safe passage to school, which is why we fought for the speed safety camera program, they also have a right to clean air to breathe. Transportation Alternatives is a strong supporter of this campaign, and we're happy to be here to stand in solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, I want to bring up Kevin Grant. He is a parent and the founder of the Electric School Bus Campaign, and his voice has been critical in raising the need for electric school buses citywide. Kevin?
Thank you, Adriana. I can't say that I'm disappointed in the DOE. When have they actually lived up to their obligation? How many years have they let us down? Every school year we get thousands of complaints about missing buses, no buses, wrong routes, kids getting lost for hours. Why would we expect them to come along and do an innovation like electric school buses? I heard that they are doing better with the routing, that they're hired VIA's app, and I hope that works. These kids deserve better. They've known for years that routing doesn't work. Why haven't they worked to fix it? Technology is out there. DOE is one of the slowest agencies to respond. We've all known that electric school buses were available for many years. California has about 300 on the road now. That is a significant number of buses. These have been tested. We have a company right here in New York State, a couple miles out of the city, that actually makes electric school buses. But they ship all of their buses to California. Why is that? Why can't we keep that investment here? This is profitable for New York. It helps New York's business grow and helps to clean our air. I commend Mr. Espinal for the work that he's done, that he's provided funds, but what obligations were those funds, what were the strings on those funds? What detriment is it for them missing their timeline? We have to put reins on the DOE. And I ask again, where is the electric school bus bill? We've been talking about it for over 2 years. We had a meeting in December where everyone, even the bus companies that build these buses were asking for them. The parents were asking for them. Environmental groups were asking for them. The city council was asking for them. We have enough votes to override a veto. We're now 9 months later, school has begun. Why have we not gotten a vote? We need a vote. We need the city council's leadership on this. We cannot wait for the DOE or the mayor to step in. Everybody's asking, what are you doing? What are you doing? But you have to look at yourself. What are you doing to make this happen? We're out here because we believe that this can happen. And we know that we can have a green apple instead of a brown apple. Let's make this green apple. Can we hear green apple New York? Green apple New York! Green apple New York! Green apple New York! Green apple New York! That's the future of New York. A green apple with clean air, electric buses, electric cars, and better infrastructure. That's right. Let's do this, New York. Woo!
Again, I want to thank everyone for coming. Councilman Espinal, thank you so much for being here. New York City should be leading on this issue. Instead we're falling behind. We need DOE to act now on this pilot program. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Before you click a link to another one of our videos, don't forget to leave a comment
If you have not yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get updates when our new videos go live. It also helps if you share a link to our videos and follow us on social media. You'll find helpful links to our website, email, Twitter, and Instagram in the description below.